Welcome to the land of origins, the cradle of mankind, Africa. Africa is considered by most paleoanthropologists to be the oldest inhabited territory on Earth, with the human species originating from the continent. Africa is the world's second largest and second most populous continent, after Asia in both cases. At about 30.3 million kilometers square or 11.7 million square miles, including adjacent islands, it covers 6% of Earth's total surface area and 20% of its land area. With 1.3 billion people as of 2018, it accounts for about 16% of the world's human population. Africa's population is the youngest amongst all the continents. The median age in 2012 was 19.7, when the worldwide median age was 30.4. Despite a wide range of natural resources, Africa is the least wealthy continent, per capita, in part as a result of geographic impediments, legacies of European colonization in Africa and the Cold War, predatory, neo-colonialistic activities by Western nations and China, and undemocratic, cruel and deleterious policies. Despite this low concentration of wealth, recent economic expansion and the large and young population make Africa an important economic market in the broader, global context. But do you know how the continent became to be called Africa? Afri was a Latin name used to refer to the inhabitants of the known northern Africa to the west of the Nile River, and in its widest sense referred to all lands south of the Mediterranean, that is, ancient Libya. This name seems to have originally referred to a native Libyan tribe, an ancestor of modern Berbers. See Terence for discussion. The name had usually related to the Phoenician word afar meaning dust, but a 1981 hypothesis has asserted that it stems from the Berber word ifri, plural afrin, meaning cave, and reference to cave dwellers. The same word may be found in the name of the Banu Afrin from Algeria and Tripolitania, a Berber tribe originally from Yafrin, also known as Ifrin, in northwestern Libya, as well as the city of Ifrin, in Morocco. Under Roman rule, Carthage became the capital of the province then named Africa Proconsularies, following its defeat of the Carthaginians in the Third Punic War in 146 BC, which also included the coastal part of modern Libya. The Latin suffix "ite" can sometimes be used to denote a land, for example, in Celtica from Celti, as used by Julius Caesar. The later Muslim region of Ifriqiya, following its conquest of the Byzantine, Eastern Roman, Empire's Exarchatus Africae, also preserved the form of the name. According to the Romans, Africa lies to the west of Egypt, while Asia was used to refer to Anatolia and lands to the east. A definite line was drawn between the two continents by the geographer Ptolemy, 85 to 165 AD, indicating Alexandria along the prime meridian and making the Isthmus of Suez and the Red Sea the boundary between Asia and Africa. As Europeans came to understand the real extent of the continent, the idea of Africa expanded with their knowledge. Other etymological hypotheses have been postulated for the ancient name Africa. The 1st century Jewish historian Flavius Josephus asserted that it was named for Ephor, calf, grandson of Abraham according to Genesis 25.4, whose descendants, he claimed, had invaded Libya. Another theory yet is that of Isidore of Seville, in his 17th century Etymologiae 14.5.2. Suggests Africa comes from the Latin Aprica, meaning sunny. Massey, in 1881, stated that Africa is derived from the Egyptian Afrika, meaning to turn toward the opening of the ka. The ka is the energetic double of every person, and the opening of the ka refers to a womb or birthplace. Africa would be, for the Egyptians, the birthplace. Michel Froude in 1976 proposed linking the Latin word with Africa's south wind, which would be of Umbrian origin and mean originally rainy wind. Robert R. Stieglitz of Rutgers University in 1984 proposed, the name Africa, derived from the Latin Africae, is cognate to Hebrew Afer, meaning rich. Ibn Khaldun and some other historians claim that the name of Africa came from a Himyarite king called African. Ibn Qais ibn Sayfi also called Africa son of Abraham who subdued Ifriqiya. Arabic Africa, feminine noun, and Ifriqiya, now usually pronounced Afriqiya, feminine, Africa, from Afara, translated as Ain, not Aleph, to be dusty from, Ofar dust, powder and Afar dried up by the sun, without an Afara to dry in the sun on hot sand or to sprinkle with dust. Possibly Phoenician faraka and the sense of colony, separation. But recent scholars seem to agree that a Roman named Publius Cornelius Scipio Africanus, born on 235 BC in Rome, Italy, a Roman general and later consul who is often regarded as one of the best military commanders and strategists of all time, is the source of the name Africa as we know it. His main achievements were during the Second Punic War, his greatest military achievement, the defeat of Hannibal at the Battle of Zama, near modern Zama, Tunisia, in 202 BC. The victory was one of the feats that turned him the agnomen he is best known for, Africanus. For most of its history, the Roman word Africa was not used to describe the continent as a whole, but rather only a very small section of North Africa, what today constitutes the northern parts of Tunisia. Prior to the late 16th century, there were a variety of names used to describe the various constituent parts of the north half of Africa, with Libya, Ethiopia, Sudan and Guinea being by far the most common names used. Until the mid-17th century, the terms Guinea and Ethiopia, or Ethiopia, were popularly used to describe the land south of the Sahara. Libya was commonly used for the northwest of Africa above the Sahara. Africa was used, sometimes instead of Libya, to denote the northwest of Africa, and sometimes alongside Libya to denote the central and northern region of Africa which today is predominantly occupied by Tunisia. The word Africa has been a marker on the continent for millennia, but its dominance over the continent and its place as the name for all the people who live on it is only a very recent phenomenon. Thank you for watching. Visit my channel Ancient Ethiopia for more fascinating old and African histories. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Malcolm